My question is output the 7 times table from 1 to 12. Example. So the example of your output would be 7 times 1 equals, and the answer, 7 times 2, and the answer, 7 times 3, and the answer, and that will continue all the way up to 7 times 12, and the answer, which I think is 84. So in trying to solve this question, you're trying to output the 7 times table, okay, from 1 to 12. So you got these numbers ranging from 1 to 12, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 12. So you have to be able to ask yourself the question, can I get numbers from 1 to 12? Can I be able to write a loop to give me numbers from 1 to 12? And the answer to that is yes, I can do that. I can write a for loop for x in range. And to go from 1 to 12, I start at 1. And here I put 13 so that it stops at 12. So that's now going to give me the numbers from 1 to 12. Now I need to multiply each of those numbers by 7. So that's easy. Let's store that in a variable ans. Ans equals x. Remember, x is taking on that value, right? X times 7. Now this looks a bit confusing, so the times is actually the star. So ans equals x times 7. Or if you wanted to write it, you could have said 7 times x. It's the same thing, right? Whether you say x times 7 or 7 times x. This gives me the answer. And now that I have the answer, I can print, right? I can print. So how do I want to print the answer? I first want a message to say 7 times. So that must appear in every line, right? In every line, I've got 7 times. So that's my message. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 12. And what's giving me the 1, 2, 3, 4? It's the x. The x gives me those numbers. So we convert them into a string and we're going to print those numbers. And then I need the actual answer, 7, 14, 21. And that is now stored in a variable called ans. So I could say str ans. And that will give me my 7 times table. So initially, what probably appeared to be a difficult question, when we analyze it, it's actually quite a simple and straightforward question. So let's try this. Let's quickly give this a try on our compiler. So I'm going to take out the statements I don't need. I need the for loop, but the for loop is going to go from 1 to 13. I want to get my ans, which is equal to x times 7, or 7 times x. Let's put it as 7 times x, like that. And we're then going to say print the message, which is 7 times. That's my message. And then convert to a string x, the numbers, plus 7 times. And then I forgot in my previous working, I just realized I need an equal to sign. So that's going to give me the equal to sign. And finally, I want the answer. It's all very, very logical. You have to think about that. Remember, I want 7 times 1 equals 7. Now, the 7 times is going to appear in every one, and that's coming from that message there. These numbers change For the second one, it's going to be times 2, and for the third one, it's going to be times 3. So those numbers are going to be changing. I'm getting those numbers from X because X is changing. The equal to remains fixed, so I put the equal to sign as a string. And finally, the answer is going to change for each one. So I did the calculation. And all I'm doing now is printing the answer. Okay, let's give this a try and let's see what I get for my 7 times table. There we are. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. That's 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 6, 42. 7 times 12. There, that's working exactly as I want it to work. And now if you want any times table, you want 6 times table, your calculation is just going to change. You're just going to be multiplying when you get the answer. When you're getting your answer, you're going to multiply by 6 instead of 7. So this is how you can get your times table. And those of you that prefer putting the statement in directly in the print statement, you could do that. That's no problem. It's just nice to show working, I guess. So that is how you would go about doing a times table. And this is just purely output. There's nothing to input in this example.